everybody. Happy Monday. So good to see you guys as always. I hope your Monday was kind to you. I hope there were no bad Mondays out there because, Mondays are bad enough as they are. Hi, Euro. Hi, Ash. How are you guys doing today? How was your day? I see Ash is greeting everyone with some $1 a slice pizzeria pizza. Oh, that deserves a round of applause, but at the same time, I'm mad at you because that makes me really just want a good slice of pizzeria pizza. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. May the 4th still be with you. It's not May the 4th anymore, but we keep that sentiment with us all year long, right? Star Wars Day may have come and gone, but I hope the Force is still with you. It is now May the 5th, and you know what that means. It's now birthday week. Can I get another round of applause? I know some people are very, iffy about their birthday. I personally love my birthday because it's basically a holiday that only I get to celebrate. That sounds so selfish, I know, but I really like my birthday. I'm sure there will come a point where maybe I get to a certain age and I don't like my birthday anymore. But I think my birthday is really fun. I always really enjoy it. My birthday's coming up on Thursday. Today's Revenge of the 5th. Yes, that's right. And the big birthday stream is coming up on Thursday, which I'm super excited about. I literally can't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday than basically having a birthday party with you guys. So actually, shout out to Euro. Euro did some good research for me. I already mentioned on Thursday we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be playing a short, sweet little indie game that's been on my radar for a while. It's called Planet of Lana, and it's a game that looks very similar to The Last Guardian, and that you're a young child who goes on an adventure with an animal companion. You guys might remember when I played The Last Guardian, I loved it, and I cried so much, but luckily they were happy tears. Okay, I cried happy tears at the end, and it only just crossed my mind yesterday. I was like, what if the animal companion dies in Planet of Lana? Can I have that on my birthday? Like, can I have my heart shattered on my birthday? So Euro did some research and confirmed that we should be a-okay in Planet of Lana on Thursday, because I was like, if this animal dies on my birthday, we're gonna, have to end stream. So we had to make sure things were good. No other spoilers, but just in case anyone was worried, we should be okay to play Planet of Lana on Thursday. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. I may still cry. God knows, when it comes to me and animals, I do have a little bit of a soft spot. So there is still a strong possibility that I may still cry, but hopefully it'll be happy tears. Hey, Malice, depression is the best birthday present. Yeah, as much as I wanted a healthy dose of depression for my birthday this year, I figured I'd pass. So we did some background checks to make sure that Planet of Lana was gonna be a safe pick for us. If you were born on 420 like me, you'd either love it or hate it. I'm in the middle of such like that. Oh, you're born on 420. Well, happy belated birthday to you, Ash. We just missed it. I hope you had a good one, no matter how you celebrated it. The pet could make a sad face and you'd cry. It's true. The bar is really low when it comes to me and animals. It's like, if the animal's too cute, I'll cry. If something happens to the animal, I'll cry. If the animal's a good boy or girl, I'll cry. So we'll see. There might still be tears on Thursday, but as long as it's not, tears of mourning, then I think we'll be okay. But yeah, that's Thursday's plan. For tonight, though, we are returning to Blueprints, which I am so excited about. We started this game last Monday. We did a good stream last Monday, 3.5 hours, and I was absolutely sucked into it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you guys haven't seen Blueprints yet or heard about it, it's sort of an indie game that like shadow dropped. Basically, it came out of nowhere. It's the debut game from a brand new studio, and it is a roguelike puzzle game, which is, two genres that don't normally intersect. The long and short of it is our grand uncle just passed away, and in his will, he left us his estate. However, that gift does not vest to us unless we solve one of the conditions in the will, which is a puzzle. We have to find the 46th room of our great uncle's 45-room mansion. That's right. There's a hidden room. And the other peculiar thing about this mansion is every day, every time you walk into it, it looks different. The layout is different. So there's a bunch of puzzles that we have to solve to get to the 46th room. We actually got right up alongside it last week just to find out that it's surrounded by high security walls. So it's one thing to get to the 46th room. It's another thing to actually access the 46th room. So you may be wondering, why do I have a pen? It's because this is one of those old school games where you have to take notes. And last week we took 3 full pages of notes. So we're actually, I think we're going to have to like kind of review our notes before we get started here. The beautiful thing about this game, similar to many roguelikes, is that with each attempt, you gain new information. So like we were going through the whole thing and just walking past stuff because I wasn't even sure it was relevant. And then you'll find particular information that brings you back to stuff. So the long and short of it is we barely scratched the surface of this game, and I can see why everyone's loving it. People are calling this, you know, game of the year contender and that kind of thing. And I was like, what, really? And like, yeah, I mean, we're only 3.5 hours in, but from what I played, I can see where all the hype is coming from. This is really, really good. It's really unique. It's really fun. After last week's stream, we streamed pretty late actually because I couldn't stop playing. And I was lying in bed afterwards and it took me so long to get to sleep because I was just like the gears in my head were turning and I was thinking about all these puzzles and how they must knit together. And yeah, it's one of those games. It's been really good. But yeah, I mean, like Ash says, we're only 5 months into 2025, and already we've got multiple Game of the Year contenders. Apparently this is one. Again, I feel like I'm too early into it to really comment on the merits, but we've already played Split Fiction, which is for sure a Game of the Year contender. The game is absolutely beautiful. And then everyone's talking about how Expedition 33 is amazing as well. So it's like, you know, we're early into 2025 and us gamers are eating good. And honestly, I love it. Yay for us. Give me all the good games and give me the smaller indie type games. Between Expedition 33, Split Fiction, and Blueprints, we got 3 absolute bangers for less than MSRP for small teams. And it's just great. I love seeing these kind of projects succeed. So yeah, it's been a good start to the year, honestly. Hey Death, hey MK, Oblivion Remastered is gonna slay all the awards. I mean, honestly, well, first of all, I'm glad everyone's really enjoying Oblivion Remastered, but I think there should be a few more categories in the Game Awards, and this is something that was hotly discussed last year, is I think there should be a category for DLC or expansions, because there was a lot of people who didn't think that the Elden Ring expansion should be nominated for Game of the Year, and I actually agree with that. I don't think any game that requires you to play the base game for, like, it's not a game, it's an expansion. That's the long and short of it. So I don't think it should be eligible for Game of the Year. But that leads me to say there is currently no category for best DLC or best expansion, so that should be a category. And then another category I think there should be is best remake remaster, because that's obviously becoming more and more common. And you've got the remakes and remasters that are essentially just a port, and then you've got remakes and remasters that actually improve the game and, you know, put a fresh coat of paint on a classic experience, such as the Oblivion remaster. And I think that does deserve to be awarded. Again, it just needs its own category so that it feels appropriate in what games it's going up against, right? And like, yeah, Persona 3 Reload could have been a great game to win that best remastered or remade category, whatever you want to name it, right? If only Grand Theft Auto 6 was released today, it'd win it all. Well, I was saying that to Hero, actually. I'm sure you guys have seen the news by now. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been pushed out of 2025. It's now going to release in May 2026. So I feel like any developers that were sort of on the fence of, is this game going to come out in late 2025? Is it going to come out in early 2026? Are scrambling now because they want to get their games out in 2025. No one wants to be anywhere near the Grand Theft Auto 6 release. So I have a feeling the latter half of this year is going to get even more stacked now as people sort of rush to get their games out way ahead of the landslide avalanche nuclear bomb that is going to be Grand Theft Auto 6 on the gaming industry, right? Euro says, I currently have Oblivion going with Obscure and Atomfall installed and ready to go. Like, what a triple header right there, right? Especially for fans of RPGs. I mean, between Avowed coming out earlier this year, which was absolutely fantastic. Then, of course, we've got the Oblivion remaster. We've got Expedition 33. Like, we're eating good right now, which is nice because obviously there's been a lot of not nice news, for lack of a more eloquent term, coming out of the video game industry lately. Price hikes, prices are going through the roof, layoffs. I mean, this is sort of an evolving narrative that's been happening the last couple years. AAA games get more and more expensive to produce, the expectations get higher and higher, and it feels like none of these giant corporations ever meet their expectations, and the employees and us as gamers are the ones that suffer. So you probably saw Microsoft just did a bunch of layoffs. They've also announced that their game prices are going up. Nintendo, of course, actually started this whole thing, which I think shocked the world. Nintendo is usually never sort of at the forefront of price increases, but of course their games are going up in price now. So to see games like Blueprints, like Split Fiction, like Expedition 33, that are not even full MSRP games developed by smaller teams flourishing is fantastic, and I think exactly what we need right now. So kudos to all of them. As I mentioned, I've actually been saving Expedition 33 to play on my birthday later this week, so I'm so excited. Everyone is talking about how good it is. I cannot wait to plop my buns on the couch and celebrate my birthday by playing Expedition 33. GTA 5 is still the best-selling game for like 20 years straight. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure GTA 5 is the most commercially successful video game of all time. Like, it has made the most money of any video game of all time. So, obviously, expectations are high for GTA 6. The thing about Rockstar, though, is their games are huge commercial successes, and knock on wood that this doesn't change. But their games are usually amazing as well. You know, GTA 5 was an amazing game. Red Dead Redemption 2 was an amazing game. They really do put the time and effort into their games. So hopefully that continues with GTA 6, so it can be not only a commercial success, but also I don't know what the word would be, a success for us, a good game. You know what I mean? So yeah, I honestly, I agree with Euro. Like, if, at this point, I'd be shocked if GTA 6 was anything but amazing. And I mean, the bar is high. If it is anything but amazing, people will be extremely let down. But I actually do have confidence in Rockstar. So, Ash says, I still need to get my copy of Expedition 33, yet I bought about 9 Star Wars Funko Pops for around $85. Awesome! A May the 4th deal. Buy 2, get 1 free. Hell yeah! We love a buy 2, get 1 free deal. I love that for you. Naughty Dog and Rockstar games are usually solid games in my opinion because they spend so much time on them. Yeah, were we talking about these yesterday? I think we were. We were naming off, there's only really a handful of companies out there that I, fully trust and expect like really high quality games. Rockstar was one of the studios that came up. For me, Insomniac, as of late, has been another studio that feels like it always hits. So Insomniac was another studio that we mentioned. I can't remember who else we talked about, but we were basically saying there's a handful of studios that we have come to trust, and Rockstar is definitely one of those. So at the same time, I feel like up until a few years ago, a lot of people would have put CD Projekt Red in that category. And after what happened with Cyberpunk, I think that's also a very telling story of how quickly sentiments can change. Because prior to Cyberpunk 2077 launching, I would have put CD Projekt Red in that category of I trust them, I will buy their games on day one because I know they'll be quality. So all it takes is one miss to lose a lot of that public support. And like, I think BioWare is another company that, for a while there, back in sort of the Dragon Age Origins Mass Effect 2 days, I would have put them on that list. If you buy anything BioWare puts out and it's going to be a banger. Again, not not so much the case anymore. So certainly the public sentiments and the quality of products coming out from studios, it kind of ebbs and flows. So what are the top studios right now might not be the top studios 10 years from now. I'd be interested to see actually how things change over the next little while. On the bright side, apparently Expedition 33 was made by 30 ex-Ubisoft employees. Yeah, interesting. That is very interesting, which I think is cool. I like it. I like seeing smaller teams succeed. I like seeing smaller teams succeed because it shows that you don't need these corporate conglomerate mega studios to make games. And also, I just feel like smaller studios usually have more unique and innovative ideas because they're allowed that flexibility. And you can see it. Split Fiction, there's nothing else like it, made by a small team. Blueprints, there's nothing else like it, made by a small team. From what I've heard, Expedition 33, there's nothing else like it. They're not as afraid to take risks as some of the big corporate, publicly traded companies are, and it's nice. Larian is the new CD Projekt Red. Oh, maybe. Larian Studios. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Oh, right, MK, we said Valve is up there. And I actually don't disagree with that. Valve is the kind of company that they put out a game and we trust that it's going to be a good game. The issue with Valve, of course, is they just don't put out new games. So that's the issue. But if they did, I bet it would be really good. Valve makes games? I know. It's a shocker to everyone, right? I saw Death said this earlier. Walking out of the sewers for the first time with the updated graphics and the Oblivion music playing hit my nostalgia button really, really hard. Yeah, I gotta get around to checking out Oblivion Remastered at some point. I was saying before, we just finished Avowed on stream yesterday, so I didn't want to go into another huge open world fantasy RPG back to back. I feel like we need, a bit of a palate cleanser, but the Oblivion Remaster is definitely on my to play list because I can only imagine the nostalgia blast it's gonna give me because I haven't played Oblivion since I played it on my Xbox 360 back in 2009, so it is gonna be a good time. I'm very looking forward to checking out Oblivion at some point, but yeah, the long and the short of it is, I'm so happy we get little hidden gems like Blueprints. And speaking of Blueprints, I cannot wait to play some more Blueprints this evening. So if you guys saw Blueprints last week, you'll know what you're stepping into. Even if you didn't see us play Blueprints last week, it should only take a short amount of time for you to get caught up to speed. Like I said, the story is pretty simple. We were left a mansion by our great uncle, but we do not actually get it until we can solve the mystery of the 46th room in his 45-room mansion. And you just kind of have to go through, as you normally do in roguelikes, different days. You go through a day, learn some information, then you kind of have to start over the next day, and through what you find in the game and what you learn, you use that information to progress. So I think we've gotten through 6 in-game days in Blueprints. It should tell us here now. Today's day 7. So we've gone through about a week in game of exploring this castle, and let's just go through my notes to refresh our memory on what we've learned. Hey Avery, how are you? I hope everybody had a good Monday, by the way. Thank you guys for stopping in. So, we found a note that said blue memos are true and red memos are lies unless the red memos were written by hand. So that's something to keep in mind. We found a note that said the safe code was 9083, but it was actually written on a red memo, which means it's a lie. I wrote it down though because I didn't know if that combination of numbers would be important. I mentioned we actually got to the 46th room, which is called the antechamber, but it's locked, and access levers are required to grant entry. So we're gonna have to figure that out. We also found a note that said doors in the east wing are more likely to be locked. We found a note. Apparently some of the employees here in the manor were up to no good on the side. It seems like there might have been like some drug deals going on. But this was an address that I thought might have been important. I wrote down 14227 Sandy Heights on the south side of Twinsdale. Apparently that's where someone named Denny lives. We've seen a lot of references to third time, so I don't know if that's going to come in handy at some point, the third of something. We learned about an insurgent group called the RLCF, aka the Children of Blackwater. Again, maybe some of this stuff is not relevant, but it's all stuff that sort of stood out to me, so I wrote it down. Malice says this is one of them smart people games. I mean, I don't know if it's a smart people game as much as it is a get your pen and get your notebook kind of game, so you can keep track of stuff. We learned that there's going to be a sale at the commissary on day 20 and 21, so just to kind of keep that in mind. And then we picked up a note, which was really interesting. It gave us basically a bunch of gameplay tips. So it said in the early game, it was basically, we found like an in-game strategy guide. It was really cool, actually, super helpful. I took a ton of notes. But it said in the early game, we should prioritize gems. And if you see a wine cellar, always get it. And then it basically gave us like a list of rooms that have synergy with each other. So like we should always get the terrace before we get the cloister. We should always get the foyer before we get the great hall, etc., etc. So we got a bunch of like tips that I hope are going to help our runs. And then the last thing we sort of figured out was about the drawings in the rooms. We found a note that indicated that every pair of drawings in the rooms are one letter apart. So for instance, you'll see here, this is an ace and this is a face. So the difference is F. What we have not figured out yet is what we do with those letters. And I actually wondered this last day if the drawings were randomized between rooms, but I'm pretty sure that the drawings in the foyer have been the exact same throughout the entire playthrough. I'm pretty sure they've been ace and face the entire time. So I don't know what exactly that means. I don't know if we should be writing down each one. I'm sort of inclined to not write them down until I figure out what I'm doing, because I wrote them down last time and ended up with FAIFGEHKHGTAMAESTRRATDE. So like that, that's not helping me. I feel like until I know what I'm trying to do, I might hold off on writing down the letters. Otherwise, I'm just gonna get like frickin' jumbles. So that's all the notes we have accumulated. That's all the information that we have to start the game. So just like any roguelike run, we're going to be starting fresh right here in the entrance hall. So you'll see that we can unlock rooms and essentially work our way up to the antechamber. But as I found out last week, it's not as easy as just making it to the antechamber. We've still got to unlock it. So regardless, the best thing for us to do, I think, is just to explore. So let's start. Starting off with so we want to prioritize gems in the beginning. They said that, so we'll start off with a den. Hey Sharp, happy Monday. I'm so sorry that your blues lost. I mean, I know your pain. Right there with you. My Sen's lost too. And MK's here. His Habs lost as well. So that's playoff hockey for you, right? The most excitement and yet the most heartbreak. So I totally feel for you, but I mean, they brought it to double overtime in Game 7. You couldn't ask for much more than that, you know? That was a hard-fought series, that's for sure. But yes, me, Sharp, and MK are the loser circle. all of our teams lost in the Stanley Cup playoffs. But hey, we need to change the narrative. Yes, all of our teams lost in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but all of our teams made the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're gonna think about that, and we have something awesome to build off of next year. I'm so happy with how my Sens did. This was the first time my Ottawa Senators had made the playoffs in 8 years. So we were the definition of just happy to be there. But the fact that we put up a good fight, the fact that we put the fear of God in the Toronto Maple Leafs fans was chef's kiss. It was everything I could wanted. Now all of our team has playoff experience, and we're just going to build on it. We're going to get it. We're going to get even better next year. And I'm feeling good about it. Okay, I think we should get the security office here, because this is an interesting room. We have a computer here that we need a password for, but it's very handy because you can actually view the estate inventory. So if you miss any items, you can check here and it'll tell you, which is nice. But yeah, to log in to the network, we need the terminal password, which we don't want. The terror on Leafs faces when it was 3-1. I know, they got scared there for a second. Well, I was a-okay with it. You know how something really triggers you? This was my trigger. It really sucked. We were down 3-0. I really didn't want to get swept. Game 4 was in Ottawa, and before the game, they showed a shot of a bunch of fans outside our arena with brooms. And you can ask Alana that it set me off. I was like, they are outside our stadium with fucking brooms. I was like, this is where I draw the line. So I was so happy to steal Game 4 and Game 5 and put the fear of God in Leafs fans. And we got something to build off. We got some victories. We got some big wins at home. And yeah, I was happy. I'm sad we're eliminated, of course, but I was happy with what our team managed to get. I often want to make jokes about how bad Detroit has been, but I instantly feel like a Pats fan crying about their current run. Not you, Tiff, before you think I'm throwing shade. No, I get it. Like, because I'm right there with you. I'm the same way. I want to complain about the Pats being bad, but then I'm like, oh yeah, we were the best team in the NFL for 2 decades. No one's going to feel bad for me. And I guess you're similar, because I mean, the Detroit Red Wings were the consistently best team in the NHL for 2 decades, you know? Like, so I totally get it. I totally get it. You want to complain because you want your team to win, but at the same time, you're like, well, we did win a lot. So, but I think Detroit will make the playoffs next year. I mean, they missed the playoffs this year by a handful of points. They'll get in next year. I think you guys are on the right track. Malice says they were afraid of that broom sweeping in reverse. Oh, they totally were. They totally were. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I can't say I'm actively cheering for the Toronto Maple Leafs or the Edmonton Oilers. Those are my 2 most hated teams in the entire NHL. But so I will say I'm neutral for them at best. But I would really, really like to see the Cup return to Canada. If the Senators can't win it, I hope Winnipeg can win it. I know Sharp doesn't want to hear me say that. I would love for the Winnipeg Jets to win the Stanley Cup, because I have nothing against Winnipeg. They're a Canadian team. They deserve some happiness, and they're not Edmonton or Toronto. If Edmonton or Toronto wins, like, I won't be sad, but like, if it has to be a Canadian team, I would very much prefer it to be Winnipeg and not Edmonton or Toronto. Detroit had a good 20-year run. The 90s Blues versus Red Wings was a scary time. Yeah, 100%. The late 90s, early 2000s was like the Detroit Red Wings' time. The Detroit Red Wings, the Colorado Avalanche, St. Louis Blues, like, those were the teams of the 90s. But I mean, it's been a while since the 90s, so it would be nice to see some of those teams come back around. Speaking of Colorado, they also lost in Game 7, so that was a surprising first-round exit, I think, for many people. But yeah, anyway, sorry, I got totally off track. To anyone here who's like, I hate hockey, will you shut up and play this video game? I'm sorry, I got very distracted. Okay, so we need the password there. What we can do, though, is go into the keycard system settings, set security level to low, and then we can change offline mode, so if the power goes out, the keycard doors are unlocked. Okay, so that's done. It's been a while since the 90s. Yes, Tiff, we know we're old. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be the big 3-1 on Thursday, so I get it. Okay, so we've seen all this before. I think that's good for now. That's a good start. So now let's go back through the entrance hall and go this way. Let's do storeroom. Let's do storeroom. The 90s was 10 years ago? That's honestly what it feels like, doesn't it, Malice? Speaking of Malice, I think I know everyone's favorite hockey team here. MK cheers for the Montreal Canadiens, Euros for the Detroit Red Wings, Sharps for the St. Louis Blues. You've got to tell us, Malice, who is your hockey team? Because depending on what you say, may change our relationship. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Free Dog, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream tonight. We are playing Blueprints with a side of hockey, apparently. I didn't think we'd get this deep into the weeds about the NHL playoffs, but here we are, right? Here we are. All right, in the closet, we have got an ivory die, which allows us to roll new floor plans if we don't like the ones that were given. And then we also got a gem. All right, that's the farthest we can go to the east right now. So we got to go back into the hallway. Head north. Do we want the utility closet? Yeah, let's get the utility closet. There's already an Avs fan in the community, so everyone's allowed, I guess. I don't think we have an Edmonton Oilers fan in the community, so if we could keep that status quo, that would be fantastic. All right, we turned on the power everywhere. I always struggle with this one. You need to turn all the buttons purple? Can't remember. I took a picture, I think. Oh, you're a Habs fan. Nice. Nice. I took some pictures of the screen last time because it was easier than writing everything down. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So, press a... So if you make them all green, and then you press one, it'll turn blue. And then if you press a blue indicator next to a red indicator, it'll turn purple. Okay. Got it. I'm always so bad at this. I think, yeah, we just need 4 purple and 1 red. Purple. Purple. No one likes the Oilers. I don't even think people in Edmonton like oil. I unfortunately have to refute that statement. I will give it to Oiler fans. I live in Calgary, so there's a natural rivalry, and that's where my dislike of the Edmonton Oilers comes from. However, I will give it to Edmonton Oilers fans. They are passionate. They are extremely passionate. People in Edmonton die for their Edmonton Oilers, so I will give that to them. Also, I am so bad at this. Oh my god. You know what? Let's just leave this for now. It's fine. We'll come back if we need to. I like the Habs. Make this person a VIP. By the way, what happened to the Blackhawks? They got old and they tried to keep the band together. Yeah, the Blackhawks are not... I mean, they're for... I mean, 2000... Was it 2009 to 2013? it was the Blackhawks and the Kings in the finals every single year, and since then, neither the Blackhawks nor the Kings have gotten anywhere close to the finals. So, you know, things ebb and flow around here. Now, I don't think we've seen this before. This looks new. A staff notice dated June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Huh? I don't have to listen to that, right? I can do whatever the fuck I want. And what I want to do is... do we want to go into a secret passage? Secret passage. Yes. So now we get to choose our room. We've got a red room, a purple one, a green one, an orange one. We've got a lot of orange. We don't have any red or green. Let's go green. Aha! Secret passage! Secret passage! What do we have? Alright. Veranda. I don't think we've ever had the veranda before. That's cool. Ooh, and look what we got. A shovel! So we can dig up dead bodies. I mean, what? No, we just dig up random patches of dirt that we see. And we dug up a worthless old tin can. Womp womp. Are you serious? Wow, talk about getting jebaited. Hey, I did dig up a few old coins, though. That makes me feel better. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! Can you imagine we could actually tunnel into the 46th room? That would be good. Okay, so we've got to be careful here because I've kind of worked myself into a corner. All of these, we've got no way out. So, like, for example, would love to pick the garage here, but if we take the garage, our run is over because I can't go any further. So we're going to have to go parlor. And I do like the parlor because the parlor is the room in the game that has a logic puzzle. So essentially, these are the rules. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize and the other two are empty. So you just need to logic your way through. Every box is black, so that's not true, obviously. Every box contains gems. That's also not true because we know only one box contains gems. So it's got to be this one, but let's just read it anyway. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. Yeah, this box. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So this has got to be the box with the gems, I think. Oh, it's not! I'm pretty sure that's the first logic puzzle I've gotten wrong. Well, my luck had to come to an end one day. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. That's true, though, isn't it? And that's false. But I guess just because this one's false, it didn't mean there was no gems in it. That's where I stumbled. Just because what it says is false doesn't mean, yeah. I had to follow these instructions and then it would have led me to this one, I think. That's alright, we're just getting warmed up. That was our first puzzle of the night. we gotta get warmed up, right? The brain is cold here. Alright, what are we gonna get now? Should we get... Let's go Nook. Got another key. Yeah, we've seen that before. So a lot of these rooms we've seen before. You may be wondering why I'm going through them so quickly. It's because at this point, I'm essentially trying to get new rooms, which will give us new clues. So here, unfortunately, we're gonna have to get the chapel, because again, we're getting a little hamstrung on what we can and can't pick. Unless we want the run to end. But we can come over this way now, and we can get... I say we get the conference room. Hey, Meerkat Meowdy, happy Monday. Welcome back to Blueprints. We're exercising our brains. Seeing how far we can get. So then from here, let's go observatory. If we look through the telescope, we've got 3 stars, which are called a constellation called the Slice, and it gives us +3 footsteps. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Another locked door here. Let's go courtyard. There we go. Now we're giving ourselves lots of options. And the best part about the courtyard is there's dirt for us to dig in. Yeah, we got a coin. We got a worthless old shoe. Fantastic. We've gotten so much junk on this run. There's also a locked chest there, but unfortunately we don't have a key. So remind me to come back here once we get a key. We can open that chest. On the bright side, though, we haven't found one of these before. We found a functioning metal detector, which gives us a greater chance of finding keys and money. Hell yeah. I like the sound of that. Okay, so this is a security door. So unless we get a security key, we can't go through there. Oh, but I turned the power off. I forgot. So we can get through there. We're good. I forgot about that. Now my metal detector is pinging, which allows us to pick up 2 keys. That's cool. I like how you actually have to follow the metal detector to find the items. Oh, it's the hamster! Ah! This is the best part of Blueprints. We found out if you draft this room, it comes with a free hamster. Which, like, best deal ever, right? Meerkat says, I'm at 40k points, almost halfway to your next dirty dishwater. Well, I'm gonna need you to stop watching the stream then, to stop accumulating those points. Thanks, was good to see you, but, you know, good night. Alright, since we got a key, we can open this trunk now. And inside, whoa! We got dice, we got coins, we're rich. I've got 17 coins. We need to draft a room where I can spend them. Unfortunately, walking in here makes me lose one, but that's fine. What do we have here? Ah, the commissary. Oh, damn. I was gonna say, the commissary, it has items for sale, but unfortunately it's a gem requirement, and we don't have any gems. So, into the dining room we go. We can't eat any food until we reach rank 8. So we need to get up 1 more level before we can get a snack. We're getting there. That's a locked door. Oh no, Euro's sitting quietly in the corner. That means he's done something bad. Euro, what have you done? What have you done? So here, I would love to get the wine cellar. However, that's going to result in us hitting a dead end. I think I'm gonna use a dice here, because we've got a ton of dice. Let's see what else we can draft. Honestly, I don't love these options either. One more time. Give me something good. Ooh, workshop, that's a new room. I've never been in a workshop before. Ooh, okay, what do we have here? Obviously lots of tools. A stone carving of the letter E. Oh my goodness! It's a Spinachy raid! Hey Ash, how are you? Thank you so much for the raid. Hello everybody! Ash, I hope you had a fantastic stream tonight. Thank you for bringing your crew over. Look at all those beautiful kitty cats in the chat. Guys, you need to follow Ash because she's great, and she's a great streamer. But you most importantly need to follow her because she has 2 of the most beautiful kitty cats I've ever seen. Look at those faces. And tell me you can't take 2 seconds to click on Spinachy's name and hit follow, okay? That's all I'm saying. Hi everybody, my name is Tallara. Welcome to my stream. We are playing Blueprints. We started this game last week and I was immediately hooked. I love me a good puzzle game and it feels like I haven't played a good puzzle game in quite some time. So this game really hooked me, but we haven't played since last week, so I'm kind of trying to work the rust off a little bit here. We're only on day 7, so still fairly early into the run. But we're having a pretty good run here. If you guys haven't seen Blueprints before, it is an indie game that sort of shadow dropped and took the gaming world by storm. It feels like everyone's playing it and talking about it. It's the debut game from a brand new studio, and it is best described as a roguelike puzzle game, which is an interesting clash of genres, but it's really, really fun, and I'm really enjoying it so far, but still really early in, so still trying to figure things out. But yes, I think me and Ash very early on bonded over the fact that we both love kitties. Ash has got beautiful kitties, I've got a beautiful kitty. One of my dreams in life is for us to have like a play date with our kitties. Can you imagine how cute that would be, Ash? If Nora and Happy and Muffin had a play date, oh, so much fluff. Can't even think about it. My heart will explode. But yes, please go follow Ash. Ash, how was your stream today? I hope it was good. I saw you were playing Expedition 33. I've unfortunately been avoiding your stream a little bit because I haven't had a chance to start Expedition 33, and I'm so excited, so I don't want any spoilers, but I hope you're loving it. Everyone's told me it's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to play it myself. All right, what do we got in this workshop? The true box does not always contain the prize. Okay, interesting. So that's a little hint for the logic puzzle that we encountered a few rooms back. So just because a box's statement is true doesn't mean it contained the prize. I mean, we already kind of worked that out, but obviously always good to have additional hints. Best game you've ever played? Holy shit, Ash. Okay, that's saying something. That gets me even more excited if you're giving it that high praise. I can't wait to check it out myself. Here we have got a broken lever. Could prove to be useful. And then we've got sheet music. Stones cut blank by hand and letters wrought. Or maybe that's just supposed to be like a pause. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. Do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message in bold that feels important. Read is of 10 lost. Among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. Huh. Okay, I feel like I need to read that and not read that. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought. Right? So tablets, like the one that's right in front of us, do spell our secrets carved from thought. So there's secrets carved into stone. Okay? A message read is often lost. Message bold. Among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read. The letter is not. I feel like I need to just like chew on this for a minute. So I feel like the first part of this is almost separate from the second part of this. Stone cut by hand, letters wrought, do spell our secrets carved from thought. So that seems pretty obvious. We're looking for things carved into stone. A message read is often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read. The letter is not. So the bold words Oh god, I don't know. Tiff, when you're done reading, I need to be timed out. What the hell did you do? I looked away for 2 seconds and my kids are acting up. Oh, Beast redeemed to time out somebody else and wants to time out Meerkat. All right, Meerkat, enjoy the corner. back to our lessons. I don't know if I'm missing something to go along with this. Unless... the note is read, the letter is not. Tiff sounded like a disappointed dad. I'm just here trying to figure out some puzzles, all right? I'm wondering, since the letter here is E, the word bolded is message. We take out the E. But that's not a word. M-S-S-A-G. Masag. Okay, this one is, I'm spinning my gears on this one a little bit. I'm just gonna take a picture. We'll come back to it later. We've got an E. I definitely think I'm missing something there. I don't think I'm quite getting what that note is trying to tell us, but it's fine. Okay, so we got something cool here. We got the workshop where we can combine inventory to create new items. Also, Miss Bianca B and Gaga Somnia, thank you both very much for the follows. I appreciate it. So what can we combine? We've got a shovel, a metal detector, and a broken lever. Can I combine any of that? I can combine my shovel and my metal detector and make a detector shovel. Oh, that's fun. Yes, shovel plus metal detector. No, it has to be metal detector plus shovel. It's very... Oh, or we could also do broken lever plus shovel. No, that has to be a 3. It's got to be a threesome. Okay. Let's do detector shovel, I guess. Okay. We got ourselves a detector shovel. An improved detector shovel. It gives us a greater chance of finding money and keys and a much greater chance of finding money and keys while digging. Cool. It's the first time we've actually used the workshop bench. All right. Other than this, which I'm not quite understanding at the moment, I don't think there's anything else for us to find in here, so I guess we'll keep moving along. I guess I should let Meerkat out of timeout first before we move along here. How do I let Meerkat out of timeout on ban? Meerkat, how do I let you out? Slash unban. I think it's unban. The first Meerkat. Okay, I think you're back. And then I have to give Meerkat back his sword because when he goes to timeout, Twitch takes his sword to make sure he isn't mean to anybody. There you go. There you go. Now, unfortunately, we might be stuck because I'm pretty sure both doors that we could go through are locked and we don't have any keys. So I think we're stuck. Oh! Oh, that was my money being taken by the church. I forgot. Yeah, I think this run is a bust, unfortunately. Dang. All right, well, that's fine. We got to a new room. We learned something new, although I haven't quite decoded what exactly it means. Let's make sure there's no keys in a room that we missed. We can actually check that here in the estate inventory. Yeah, there's no keys. So we're stuck. which means we will call it a day on day 7. All right. But yeah, how's everybody's day today? I hope Monday has treated you well so far. I mean, it's almost over for the majority of us, I think, if it's not already over. So yay us! We survived Monday. It's only up from here, right? All right, save and continue. Let's go to day 8. All right, let's see what we got today. Your semester's almost done? Yay! Avery, I believe in you. You can do this. The finish line is in sight. I started a new day almost right when you did, so I had 2 of the song playing. Oh, no way, Comment. That's awesome. Honestly, I love that. We're totally in sync. Go us. Yay us, if you will. All right. Let's go Nook. You want to accumulate resources early is what I've kind of learned from my runs so far. Prioritize resources, especially gems. I think I'm going to unlock the commissary here. Because last time I was disappointed I didn't have the gems to unlock the commissary and I had a ton of money. So we'll unlock this early. And then from here, speaking of money, we can get some money in the pantry. Not only can we get money in the pantry, we got a banana in the pantry. Hell yeah. Okay, and then from here, storeroom. Give me all of the stuff. Hell yeah. So yeah, it seems to me that I think I need to prioritize unlocking new types of rooms, because it seems like every time we unlock a new type of room, we get new information. So like at this point, I'm getting information piecemeal. Like we learned about this, is that like there's 1 letter different between these 2 pictures, but we haven't figured out what to do with those letters yet. So like I feel like what I need to do is just accumulate all the information, get as much information as we can, and then we can finally put things together and start solving some of these clues. Because right now I just feel like we don't have enough information to solve a lot of the things we need. So if you're wondering, what I'm doing is I'm kind of prioritizing just opening as many rooms as I can, and most importantly, opening new rooms so we can get new pieces of information. Okay, here we'll go... Let's go corridor. And then let's go closet here. I feel like this is a decent spot for a closet. Inside, we got a gem and a shovel. Just a basic shovel, though. It's not as cool as our shovel from yesterday. Of course, as this is a roguelike, with every passing day, you do have to give up any items that you've accumulated, which kinds of sucks. Now, I think this is a new room. Have we unlocked a laboratory before? No, this is new. Okay, and I feel like I see a red string board. I think we're gonna get a lot of information in here. This is just what I was looking for. Okay, some of this is information that I cannot understand because I am not a scientist. I typically work over at Cinca Labs, but got sent over here for a month to assist more with the new turbine tests. I think I need some help. For the past 3 days, I've been unable to find the laboratory on the estate. Today was the first success on that front. Can anyone tell me if this is typical, and if so, how do you get any work done? That's fair. Can you imagine being hired to work in this house, and the layout changes every single day? Like, how much that would fuck with you? Before I arrived, I was briefed on the way the doors work, but I must admit I did not expect to be excluded from my new workstation for the first week. Any tips from my fellow technicians would be appreciated. Okay, so I feel like that was just for the lulz. I don't think there was any real information there, but I am gonna write something down if I could find my pen. Let's write down Kimberly Thompson works at Cinca Labs. Who knows? Might come in handy. Kimberly Thompson, Cinca Labs. When you get an ad for dogs going wheels on the bus, and you wonder how that ad works with cats like Muffin in a baby stroller. Can you imagine Muffin stuffed into a baby stroller? I am the type of cat mom that I would do it too. Don't tempt me with a good time. This machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. Oh. Okay, so the machine doesn't work unless you get more power pumped in from the boiler room. I feel like I should write that down. Machine in lab won't work without additional power from boiler room. When we were in Japan, it was more common to see dogs in strollers than kids. See, this is why I love the Japanese. They've got their priorities figured out. I would fit in well there, I think. Okay, what the hell is this? Periodic table of elements. And there's random numbers and an arrow. Huh. Interesting. That seems important, don't you think? I'll take a picture of that. The kids can walk, they'll be fine. Okay, I don't know what we're supposed to do there, but I feel like we might need to, like, fill in the blanks, maybe? What does this arrow mean? Is it like 7 minus 4 is 3? 9 minus 11 is 2? I mean, that's still a lot of empty squares, though. So even if it was that... No, I guess... No. We'd be able to fill in some. No one memorizes the periodic table, do they? Oh, I'm sure some people do. Me? No. I learned that in high school and then took that knowledge, crumpled it up in a paper ball, and threw it away. Luckily, I don't think it requires knowledge of the actual elements. There's some sort of puzzle to this. But we might need more information. Periodic table of elements. Arrow to the left. Okay, well, I took a picture, so we'll hold off for now. There's a straight up, like, string board here. There's a lot of stuff to look at. Okay. Can't look in the microscope. I can't use any of this stuff, really? I know I wasn't... Oh, hang on! Hang on! Periodic table of... What are the two missing? And now I need to look up the periodic table of the elements. Hang on. Okay, so the two missing are LA and AC. What the hell is that? Lathanum and actinum. LA and AC. They're not missing. You just forgot how to read this table. Okay. I wrote those down. LA and AC. Do you think, are we supposed to sort of like cross-reference that table with this table and get a number? The issue is I don't know what these numbers mean. It's like, are we supposed to find the numbers for these two, maybe? Let's see if there's anything else in the room. Oh, yeah, there's lots in the room. So that's not true. We found out a note before that said any memo written in red is a lie. So that's not true. There's something here. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting point at 0.1 ppt to 0.5 ppt. So the scale is from -10 to 30. It's ice. Melting point's at 0. Complete thaw is just below room temp at 20. Oh, there's something written really small there. So we picked up previously a magnifying glass, which is supposed to be able to help you read this stuff. I probably look so dumb right now. You can't even see my face. I'm like 1 inch from the screen trying to read that. Does anyone have like insanely good eyeballs that can read whatever that teeny tiny little text next to complete thaw says? Test 205 at atmospheric pressure 93 kPa in Mount Holly freezer. Lab technician Randolph M. I can barely read the title. Well, I'll take a picture of this too. I feel like the colors maybe mean something too. If only we had the jump scare extension. Can you imagine? I knock over all my monitors. If I take a picture, I'm wondering, if I zoom in on my phone, will I be able to read it? No, I can't read that. I think we're gonna need the magnifying glass. Unfortunately. Now, there is a terminal here. Welcome to Mount Holly Laboratory. Experiment setup. In the laboratory, you are free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Whoa! That sounds cool. Choose a cause from column A and an effect from column B. I feel like the best cause is whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's combine that. Do you want to create and activate this experimental house feature? Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. After approval, this experimental feature will remain active for the rest of the day. Yes, please. Start that experiment. Next up is research logs. No experiments found. Research logs will be available the day after an experiment has been performed. Log into network. Okay, that requires a password too. Okay, well that's good. We got something from this. I'm just wondering what we were supposed to get from these periodic tables, because like clearly we're supposed to get something. I identified what those 2 missing elements are. It's La lanthanum. It's a chemical element, symbol La, atomic number 57. And then the one underneath it is AC, actinum, symbol AC, atomic number 89. Maybe the numbers mean something? I should write those down too. 57 and 89. But clearly that doesn't like plug in here. Avery said, I wasn't kidding. They're not missing. You just forgot how to read this table. I might need you to expand on that a little, Avery. Because I'm actually not sure what you mean. And as I mentioned before, any knowledge I ever had of any periodic table of elements information has been crumbled into a paper ball and thrown out of my brain. So I'm willing to get some nudges here when it comes to the periodic table of elements. I'm just wondering, I feel like we have to use this one to get something from the other one. And I don't know what that is. The bottom bar is technically in those blank spots. They just write it below that for formatting. Oh. So what you're saying is... Does that mean something? Yeah, I mean, well, the numbers we have are 57 and 89. That's not game spoilers, just real life chemistry. No, I understand what you're saying, and I'm just wondering if that is something that can help us solve this clue or not. So we've got the letters LAAC, like, unless that's the password to the terminal? But this arrow, I feel like they wouldn't have put this arrow here for nothing. That arrow has to mean something. What it means, though, I don't know. Let's just try... Log into network. LAAC. No. I mean, it could be something like LA 57 AC 89. No. As with many puzzles that we've come across, I feel like we need more information. You know what I mean? It just feels like we're missing something, and I'm just wondering, are we missing something in this room, or is it just something we don't have at all yet? Yeah, I mean, it seems telling. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see exactly what you mean there, Avery. So the LA and the AC that are missing from here are actually right here. They just pulled them down for formatting purposes, like you said. What I'm wondering, I wish I could sort of like overlay the other one. Oh, wait, hang on. So on the other periodic table of the elements with the numbers, we've got all the numbers from 1 to 12, and they're in certain sections. So I'm wondering if we line them up in order with the elements, maybe we'll get words. So like, for example, and I wish I could show you guys my phone so you could see a little clearer, because you almost need to look at both of these in the same. But number 1 on the other table is bottom row 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's PU. And the number 2 is in the second row 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, S. And the number 3 is here, H. Oh shit. We need a notebook cam. I think I might have something here. Okay, 3 and then 4. Yes. Oh, this is going to make a sentence. Oh, I'm so excited. Is there any better feeling than solving a puzzle? Holy shit. Okay. So we got push and then it's TH. That's number 4. Number 5 is second row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push THRE 5. Number 6 is this row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push through. Gagasomnia, what the heck? Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime here in this channel That means you now get ad-free viewing, you get a sub badge next to your name and chat, you can use our emotes, and most importantly, you get my eternal thanks. Thank you so much, Gagasomnia. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And I hope you're enjoying watching me geek out about solving these puzzles. Dad says, yes, I was right. The numbers on the other side did make words. Teamwork. Big brains from across the globe. Okay. Push 3. Where was I again? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 3. You. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gaga. That is too kind of you. No, you're awesome. So that was number 6. Number 7 is right there. PA. Push 3 up. A. 7. Number 8 is here. F. Number 9 is TE. Push 3 up after 9, 10. After night 10 NI. And then 12 is here. Push 3 up after 9 is what it says. Push 3 up after 9. The fuck does that mean? I was so jazzed for a second. I was like, oh, we totally figured it out. And now I'm stumped again. Push 3 up after 9. Puzzles within puzzles, yeah. Push 3 up after 9. I'm wondering... Push 3 up after 9? Push 3 up after 9. That's what that little clue was. Oh, unless... Avery says, have you considered pushing 3 up after 9? Maybe it has something to do with this. Maybe, again, we can't read this teeny tiny writing, but perhaps at some point we're gonna need to get the temperature up. Oh, no, wait. No, it's this. Push 3 up after 9. That's what it must be. Now, the issue is we can't use this machine until we give it power. But that's gotta be what it is. You push 9 and then you push 3, maybe. That's my best guess. Okay, so if that's the case, we know exactly what to do with this machine. But this machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room, meaning we can't do anything else with it right now. I'm just happy we solved the periodic table puzzle, honestly, because that was making my brain hurt. Okay, well, I think we'll move on for now and see what else we can find. It would be great if we could get a boiler room, that's for sure. Okay, we can dig up here and get an old tin can, which is apparently not worth picking up. We do have a locked trunk we can open to get dice and monies. More dirt here that we can dig up and we get more monies. Yes. And then we'll go drawing room here. Inside the drawing room, I don't see anything. It's just a little note, okay. So from here, let's go billiard room. We haven't had that one today, and I'm pretty good at this puzzle. So the billiard room has a puzzle that's the same every time. Ooh, hang on, what is this? Spare set of car keys. Okay, if we have the opportunity to draft the garage, then we should. But the billiards room is really cool. It's basically a math puzzle. It took me a while to figure this one out, but you'll see there's a plus, minus, a multiply, and a divide. And that corresponds with sections on this dartboard. So here, it's just 18. Here, it's going to be 8 times 2, which is 16. Then it's going to be 19 minus 9, which is 10, divided by 2, which is 5. And then it's going to be 11 minus 1, which is 10, times 10, which is 100, divided by 20, which is 5. Yes! Boom! Maths. All right. Over here. See, we're getting to the part of the game which is hard because the only room I can actually choose here is the spare room, because otherwise we get completely blocked and I can't go anywhere else. I'm wondering, let's redraw the floor plans. It's almost like someone went to uni. Apparently all that tuition paid off. It allowed me to solve these puzzles, so I'll take it. Hey, you died. Let's go. Again, I don't want to lock myself in here, so you have to be strategic. I'm gonna redraw. And we'll go bedroom. Okay. Nothing in here. I wish I had some gems, because that would give us more options, but we'll do what we gotta do. We got another puzzle coming up here in the parlor. The last puzzle was a math-based puzzle. This is gonna be a logic-based puzzle. There are 3 boxes in this room. That is true. 2 boxes in this room are empty. That is also true. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. If these 2 are true, then this one has to be false. Which means the gems are in here. Whew. Okay, we're back on track. The last time we did the logic puzzle, I got it wrong, and it shook my confidence a little bit, but we got it there. Okay. So I think I am gonna go nursery here. Which is gonna block us off going this way, but the nursery's so good, because if we draft any bedrooms now, we get additional steps. So we took a little bit of a gamble by doing nursery there, but I'm hopeful it's gonna pay off, because we'll get a good room over here, I hope. I hope. Ooh, the garage! Oh, I want the garage so bad! I shouldn't have got the nursery. We can't get the garage. That's game over if we get the garage, so let's just go spare room. And I don't want to get the gymnasium, but we're going to get the gymnasium. On the bright side, I did get a new pair of running shoes, which occasionally saves us steps when traveling longer distance across the estate and grounds. Can use our key here. You just found a gym with running shoes in it too, Comet? Holy crap! That's so cool. Now, we have never gotten the office before. The office is a new room. Apparently my experiment was successful and my allowance has been raised, so that's fun. But most importantly, I want to see what we have in here. Nothing of interest on the shelves. Don't think. People's pictures. The interesting stuff's on the desk. What do we got here? Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. And a bunch of them are written in red except for one. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I'm not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Seems to me it's Herrings of the Major is written in red, which makes me think it has to be a red herring, right? I guess we'll write that down. Did you figure out the password for the computer? Not yet. That is on our list. Flight of the Queen. March of the Count. But we do have a very important floppy disk. That's right, Avery. It's called Priorities, okay? Fall of the Lord. Passing of the Barons. Herrings of the Major. And then this one's red, 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 and black. Makes me think the book we're looking for is maybe March of the Count, because that's the one that's different, but we'll write them all down and we'll see. Oh, speaking of floppy disks, look what we got! An upgrade disc! Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. That is sick! Pog! The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there is enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. So do you not need all the levers? Because we found a note earlier that said the antechamber is locked and access levers are required to grant entry. And this is the antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken. The west and east levers are operational. The main thing I've learned from watching streams is the sheer number of different ways to solve the early puzzles. Yeah, so I haven't watched any Blueprint streams, as you can imagine, because I haven't wanted to be spoiled. But after I beat the game, I'm actually really looking forward to watching other people play, so I can see how their brains work differently than mine and see how they figure out the puzzles and that kind of thing. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of that. My phone, my camera roll has so many just random pictures from this game. Okay, now we can insert our floppy disk to upgrade a floor plan. Let's see, what do we got? We're gonna upgrade the hallway. Hallway data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. We're going +1 key for sure. Yeah. Nice. So every time we get a draft a hallway now, we'll get a key. Now, let's see what else is on the computer. Run payroll. After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid's chamber currently on the estate. Okay, so if we go into a servant's quarter or a maid's room now, there will be a check there. Spread gold in estate. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. These coins are spread or distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. Yes, please. Spread that wealth. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna have to look around the estate now to try to find this money. And then, of course, another network login opportunity that we do not know the password for yet. Spread that wealth, baby. All right. Well, this was a fruitful room for us. We found a lot of good things here, which is awesome. Hello.
Fixing more puzzles?
We are trying our best to solve some more puzzles. All right. What do we have here? What do we have? Let's go dining room, definitely. Because that's like a good junction for this point right here. It allows us to go both ways. Plus, we're getting close to rank 8 so we can have a snack soon. So that's always good. What do we got here? Walk-in. We've never done a walk-in closet. However, I don't have the gems for it, so never mind. Never mind, we can't do it. What we can do, though, is get the guest bedroom. Because we have the nursery, we're going to get all of the steps, which is nice. And we get a gem. Hell yeah. Yeah, so that's the note that helps you figure out the puzzle in the billiards room. We've got that down. And then special keys. I've got a silver key that I can open this one. Ooh, conference room. Conference room. So the cool effect of the conference room, it's that whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they're placed in this room instead. Meaning, all of the gold that was spread through the house should be in here? Or did I have to get this room first before I spread the gold? Oh, that's annoying. I think I got them in the wrong order. Damn. Okay, so if I had spread the wealth, it doesn't work retroactively. Yeah, okay. Trial and error, I suppose. If I had had this room already and then I had spread the wealth, all the money would have went in here, but unfortunately it's still spread out. Now, we do have a locked room here. We have nowhere to go. Our only option is going to be to go to the commissary and buy stuff. And hope there's something good to buy. On the bright side, by going back through, we can pick up all the money that has been spread. So it's not a total loss. Speaking of, wow, there is a lot more money spread throughout the estate than I thought there was going to be. There's multiple coins in every single room. This is pretty good. I wish I had the metal detector. That would really help us out here. I don't think there's any in here. Ah, there's some more. Give me all the monies. Gimme, 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 gimme. Alright. On the bright side, we're gonna have a ton of money to spend at the commissary. Let's see what they got for sale. They've got a metal detector. We've got a sledgehammer. We got a salt shaker. The fuck's a salt shaker for? Whenever you eat food and gain steps, gain an extra 1 step. And we got a sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. That's not going to help us, unfortunately. No, I think we're stuck. Damn. I was hoping we would find an item in the commissary that could help us proceed. The only way we can proceed is through the conference room, through that locked door. So that's not going to work. We are stuck. I think we're going to have to end the day here. I mean, this was a valuable day, though. We picked up a lot of information today. So, as much as it sucks to have to call it a day, we did actually get a lot of valuable information. So, I'm still going to call it a victory. Alright. We're still fairly early on in the game. I believe that was, yeah, only day 8, so we're getting there. We got 2 new rooms. We got a permanent upgrade. We're doing all right. I'm happy with what we accomplished there in that run. On to the next one. I feel like when we finally open that antechamber, it is going to be the best feeling in the entire world. It's going to be like beating a Dark Souls boss. It's just going to be like a feeling of pure euphoria once we figured it all out, you know? Alrighty. Ooh, wait a minute. Something new. Master Simon, good morning. It has come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance to use while on the estate. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there is anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you I'm still personally overseeing that the estate is at least operating at a baseline standard of service, and I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Signed, Anne Babbage, House Manager. Hell yeah. Give me that allowance. It's only 1 gold, but we'll take it. 1 gold is 1 gold. Ooh, okay, we can get a coat check here. I had previously coat checked a key card, so we can pick that up. And now we will no longer be stumped by locked doors. If only we had that on the last run, hey? Let's go Den. Grab that gem. Boop. Let's go... Let's go closet. Get some early game items. Got the dice, and we got the running shoes. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. Pantry. For the monies. Oh, and the apple. Nom 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 nom. Then... courtyard. Yay! Shovel. Means we can go digging! Digging in the dirt! We found a few old coins. We found a worthless old shoe. And that is it. Roll the dice there, I didn't like those. I might have made some bad decisions. I think we're gonna end up stuck. Very, very early on in this run. Yeah, we're stuck. I shouldn't have gone with closet and coat check, because that really pinned me in. Ah, damn. That was not a good run. I, didn't realize I was literally penning myself in, unfortunately, very early in the game. But hey, you live and you learn. I'll learn next time not to get 2 dead-end rooms right in a row there like that, because that really limited our options. On the bright side, what we can do is go back to the coat check and check one of these items so we don't lose it. I finally found a Dust Skull card that I really like, but I can't justify spending $31 on it. Yeah, unfortunately, Pokemon TCG items are extremely expensive right now. I've been working forever to try to complete my Pokemon 151 set, as you know, because you actually helped me a little bit with that, Death. I've got 10 cards left, and every time I look at the price of the cards, they're gone up. It's like, it's gotten to the point where I need to wait for the market to crash, or I will never finish that set. So it's a little frustrating, because it's a goal I've been working on now for probably 2 years, but I just can't justify the prices of some of those cards. Like, the 10 cards that I have remaining, I don't know if any of them are below $50. It kind of sucks, but yeah, I can give you an updated list. I mean, I should post it in Discord. If anyone has any Pokemon 151 that they want to part with, I've got 10 chase cards left from completing the master set, which is kind of a goal with mine. MK says if you play with them, it's a lot easier to justify paying for them, and I bet it is, because that's the thing for me, is like, I'm never gonna use them. Like, they realistically are just gonna sit on my shelf forever, which is good. That's what I want them for. But again, like you say, it's easier to justify the expense when you say, well, I'm gonna be using this. This is gonna be in a deck. It's gonna allow me to win matches versus I'm just gonna keep it in a binder and it's gonna look pretty, which is great, but you know.
Ship on my shelf.
Melly, 68 months. Thank you so much for the resub, my friend. How are you? I hope everything is well on your end. That's another great streamer, everyone. Sugar Melly, you aren't following her? I actually heard she shits on shelves sometimes. No, that's not true. No, not true. Sorry, don't let me spread any false rumors. Just go follow Sugar Melly, will you? She's great. Just wait, you'll be one away, then boom, Muffin comes in and ruins your plans. Yeah, how about let's take an intermission from Blueprints for a second. I want to show off my Pokemon cards, okay? So this is nothing new. Y'all know I'm a Pokemon nerd. I've been a Pokemon nerd since day one. I've got a Pokemon tattoo, so like, I'm a nerd. And I love Pokemon cards, and I collect cards, but this is the only sort of master set that I've ever wanted to complete. Normally, I collect cards that I like. I'm like, oh, that's a cool card, I want to collect it. But Pokemon 151 was a set that I very much wanted to complete because the first 151 Pokemon are so special to me, right? Those were the games that I played the heck out of as a kid. So I've got my little Pokemon 151 binder here, and I've actually got 90% of the set complete. You'll see as we flip through. So these are all the cards actually in numbered order. I've got all the commons, uncommons, and regular rares. So the cool thing about Pokemon 151 is the cards are actually numbered with their Pokedex number. A lot of times they're grouped into types in Pokemon card sets, but that's not the case for 151, so every page is like super colorful. But anyway, if you flip all the way through the base cards, you get to the good stuff at the back, and this is where I'm missing. I'm missing 10 of these illustration rares, so I've got quite a few, and they are cool. Sorry, it's hard to show these off because I know my lights are causing glare, but these are cool cards. And I've got quite a few, but you'll see it, there's some missing spots. And there are 10 cards that I'm missing, and I want to complete the set so bad. But the Pokemon TCG market right now is just through the roof. People stopped investing in Bitcoin and they started investing in Pokemon cards. And it sucks because for people like me who just want pretty Pokemon cards and don't want to spend an arm and a leg, it feels like I'm just consistently being priced out of these remaining 10 cards. Like I was saying, every time I look at the price of the 10 cards that I need, they have gone up in price somehow. Like I need, unfortunately, the secret rare Charizard, and it's like, I think it's like $400 right now. It's crazy. It's a crazy price that I cannot pay. So at this point, I'm just sort of in a holding pattern. I'm just waiting, and hopefully someday the Pokemon TCG market will crash and I can get the 10 cards that I need. So until then, the set is so close to complete. But alas, if anyone has Pokemon 151 secret rare cards that they don't want for some crazy reason, I want them. So just hit your girl up. But yeah, it is unreal. I can tell you guys exactly actually which cards I need. So all 10 of the cards are in the secret rare category. I need number 167 Ivysaur. I need number 169 Charmeleon. I need number 170 Squirtle. Number 171 Wartortle. Number 181 Dragonair. Number 182 Venusaur. Number 188 Alakazam. 199 Charizard. That's the big one. Oh, apparently I overshot it. It's not $400. It's 200 Freedom Eagles. So like 300 Canadian, but still more than I'm willing to pay. I need 201 Alakazam, 202 Zapdos, and 204 Giovanni. That's all I got left. I'm so close, but so far. The pain of being a collector in a world where collecting is very, very expensive. That is my pain, but that's it, right? All right, back to Blueprints. Let's see. Let's open some doors. So I learned my lesson. I'm not going to do all dead end rooms, but I am going to do one. I'm gonna do the storeroom because I feel like that's a very powerful early game room. It gives us 2 keys, 1 coin, 1 gem, which hopefully will work. Listen, you can pay your student loans or you can finish your collection, which will surely hold its value. You have to be an adult and choose the right one. Think of your future. You're right, I need to collect my Pokemon card set. How could you retire without Pokemon 151 in your portfolio? Honest to God, like, it probably will grow exponentially in value. Like, if I could go back and tell my 5-year-old self to take good care of those Pokemon cards, don't use them, put them in sleeves, and hold on to them, I would maybe have my student loans paid off right now. So, hopefully, the same thing will happen now to this beautiful set that I'll eventually complete. One of these days, I'll retire on it. Yeah, the collection's gotta be the priority, right? Student loans can definitely wait. I think I agree. You're right. I've got to get my priorities in order. I've just got to buy the 10 cards. I just got to do it. It's an investment in my future. This is... See, this is all practice for what I'm going to go tell Atlanta after the stream, so let's just work on the wording a little bit. An investment in our future. This will pay for the mortgage. It's a family heirloom. Hey, Pixie Muffin. Pixie Muffin makes a good point. I'll have no student loans, but also no cards. Which will make me sadder. I think I know the answer. Alright, let's go. I hate the chapel, but fine. Ooh, my metal detector's going off, though. There's something hidden in the chapel. What is it? What is hidden in the chapel? Oh, this is so rude. My metal detector is literally going off. Is it something out here? So every time you enter and exit the chapel, you lose $1. Oh, there it is. It was a key. Good thing we had that metal detector. I would have never found that there. So that's the reason I hate the chapel, if anyone's wondering. Because every time you go through there, you lose monies. Okay, let's go... drawing room. That's the beauty of getting the metal detector, is if there's any sort of, like, really hidden items, it will alert you. Then from here, we're gonna go closet. Grab our items. We got a coin purse. Each time you collect $3, earn an additional dollar in interest. Magical coin purse, and then we also get a gem. Ooh, we haven't gotten the freezer yet. But I don't know if I want to get the freezer. I feel like the freezer kind of sucks. So as you can see, the freezer freezes your accounts. So the money and gem amounts you have will be frozen. So we'll actually start with 1 gem, 4 coins tomorrow, but we can't get any more gems or coins today. So it's like long-term gain for short-term pain, but like the short-term pain feels a lot more prominent. If we were like late in the game and I was like, yeah, we're done, I would probably do freezer, but because we're so early and I've set myself up for a lot more exploration, I'm gonna hold off on freezer and instead go dining room. This is a mystery puzzle game, so this is a very unique setup. It is a puzzle mystery game, but also a roguelike. So every day you start from ground zero, you start with nothing, and you build up your resources throughout the day, and eventually you'll reset and start another day. Sort of taking what you gained in the game, as well as the knowledge that you've learned, and just using it to build on each subsequent run. We have found a ton of secrets. I've actually been keeping them written down in my notebook. There's so many puzzles to solve and things to work out, and just as we're exploring, I'm just writing down everything we learned, and I'm hoping we'll get enough information at one point to sort of like fill in the missing puzzle pieces and solve some of these things. As for steps, you start with 50, so that's another way that your day can end. You can either sort of block yourself out of progressing any further if the blueprints don't line up and you can't move. But then also if you run out of steps and you can't move, that's another way your day will end. So there's a lot of things to sort of keep an eye on. Got the commissary in here. They're selling gems, so I'm gonna buy one of those. Over here we've got the secret passage, the nook, or the bedroom. Let's go bedroom. Ooh. We got the car keys. Okay, so we definitely need to draft the garage if we can. Walk-in closet, boudoir, dark room. Now, I don't think we've ever had the walk-in closet. So let's do that. And then in here, there should be 4 items for us. My metal detector's going crazy. We got a key. We got 2 gems. We got a picture of this lady. And there should be something else in here. Ah, what's this? A coupon book. Save $1 on each purchase that you make in the estate. Nice. Can't take any of these hats or any of these shoes or any of these coats. So that's it. Is the rank based on how far you've built? Yes, exactly. So every sort of tier you go up is your rank down in the bottom right corner. And you have to get to a certain rank to do certain things. Okay, let's go... nursery. Ooh, there's money in the nursery. Yes, please. Now, we're gonna have to go backwards a little bit. Before we go, maybe we should buy another gem in the commissary. More gems you have, the better, is what I learned. Ooh, I can buy 2 gems, actually. Because all of the good rooms require gems to draft. So at first I feel like I was disregarding gems. I was like, keys and money are probably the most important thing. But no. From my experience so far, the most important currency in this game is gems. Okay, we've got a bunk room. We've got an office. Utility closet. I'm gonna actually go utility closet here. So we have the opportunity to turn off any keycard entry systems and turn on all the power. Now, I do have to be careful now because I'm running out of potential ways to go. We're gonna have to go back through the den and go this way. The pool. The parlor or the guest room. Let's go pool. Alright. We've got some running shoes in here. Here we've got coat check, west wing hall, and patio. We've got to go west wing hall or we're gonna find ourselves stuck. Down here we can go guest bedroom to get a couple of additional steps, and by a couple I mean 10, which is actually quite significant. There's also money and keys in here. Hell yeah! Through here. Have we done the patio yet? I don't know that we have. I think this is a new room. Yeah, this looks new. I try to prioritize new rooms whenever I can, because the new rooms often have new information. Although this one doesn't look like it has a lot. It has a barbecue. Is that dynamite? No, it's a battery pack. I was like, wait a minute, are we just gonna blow this place down? Is that how we're gonna solve the puzzle? But no, battery pack. Provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. Okay. Buried below. Occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Okay, hallway, spare room, gymnasium. Go hallway, there should be a key in here for us. Yep. The metal detector's going off again. Oh, there it is, nice. The metal detector really comes in handy because it can be easy to miss some of that stuff. Okay, we'll go security now. Which is nice because that's going to open us up a little bit. Now we can go this way and we can go this way. Office, dark room, corridor. Office, I guess. Nothing in the... No, wait, what the hell is that? I never noticed that before. It's got like 3 wires on it and I just turned it and something happened. I never noticed that last time. Oh, there's a safe! Okay, so I had a note about the safe. So we found a note that said the safe code was 9083, but I think that's a lie because it was written on red paper. Yeah, so it's not 9083. Okay, I was wondering where the safe was though. So good to know the safe is in the office. I mean, that makes sense. I don't have any other notes. Oh, I have a note here that says all conference notes are in the office safe. But that doesn't help us get in the office safe. I've got another number here written down. We can just try it. 14227. Nope. Yeah, we're still gonna have to work on that safe code. Not sure what that is. What we can do though is spread gold and run payroll. So that just puts money all around the mansion that we can pick up. What's with the creepy boarded up doors? So if you draft a room that you can't access, like if it has a door on this side but you can't go in through the bedroom, the door will just appear boarded up so you can't go through it. Corridor. Ooh. This is new, and this is interesting. This is called the foundation. It does not reset each day. So once we put the foundation here, it's always here. And it's literally the foundation of the house. A little weird that we're somehow exposing the foundation, but I'll take it. That looks like a sketchy little elevator. What the hell is that? Oh, I want to go down there. How do we... Oh, dang. Okay. There's a little lever there. Presumably we could ride that down the elevator shaft, but we'll need to find some way to lower it. That is spooky. Okay, this is the first time we've opened this door. It's too bad we don't have a shovel here, too. Because there's lots of dirt piles. That's interesting. So now that we've found the foundation, the cornerstone... Words are hard. The cornerstone of the house, unvarying and unchanging. The foundation is one of the only constants in the estate on which you can truly rely. This natural cavity was hollowed directly out of the mountain itself, with its stone and earth walls displaying an underlying coarseness that the rest of the mansion conceals. It's permanent, and it's a rare room. So this room will always be here now, is my understanding on the blueprint. So I guess we've got more opportunities to try to figure out how to lower that thing. For now, I think all we can do is move on. We can go into the... Let's go into the workshop next, because we might be able to combine some of our items into some interesting new creations. Also, got a sledgehammer. Let's see, can we combine any of these things? You can only combine certain things. We can combine none of these. No, I don't think any of our items can actually be combined. Oh, I can combine the coin burst and the battery pack? Oh, if I did like a 3 one. No. Unfortunately, none of these can be combined. If I had the sledgehammer, the battery pack, and something else, we could combine them. But nothing that we have can be combined, unfortunately. Okay. Keep it moving. Did we have the car keys on this run, or was that the last run? Yes, we have the car keys. No, but I don't have a gem! Oh, shit! In order to draft the garage, we need 1 gem, and I don't have any gems! God damn it. Well, that sucks. We need to prioritize gems. Go in the parlor and solve the logic puzzle. I think we'll have the opportunity to get gems. Let's see. The gems are in the black box. That doesn't say anything. The gems are in a box with a statement. Oh, this is hard. Okay, well that can't be a truth or a lie because it's nothing, which means one of these are truth and one of these are a lie. So if this one was the truth, the gems are in the black box. That would work because because that would also make that one true. They can't both be true. So if this one is true, the gems are in a box with a statement, then this one's a lie, then the gems are in here. Yeah, so the rules of these box puzzles is one box has to be a truth, one box has to be a lie, and the other one can be either or. It's actually kind of easier here because we know this one is either or because it has nothing on it. I think it's got to be the blue one. Yeah, boom! 2 gems! Look at me flexing the old noodle. Just warming her up, you know? Let's go... I don't want to spend my gems. Let's go library. Ooh. Something in here. Oh, there it is. And then while we're in the library, we can request a new book. So we actually requested Drafting Strategy Architectural Digest before, and it was super helpful. It was like an in-game strategy guide, essentially. But what other one should we pick? Is any of these the books that we had on our list? Flight of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. No. I think we should do the pump system user manual, because I found the pump room before and it was insanely confusing. So if we can get a user manual, that might help us. So the next time we draft a library, it'll have our book in there. So on our next run, we'll have to prioritize a library. Now, we have never drafted a sauna before. The issue is going to be, if we draft a sauna, our run is over. Versus if we draft a pump room or an observatory, our run continues. So I think we have to go observatory. As much as I wanted to do the sauna because it's a new room, I don't want to end the run yet. And the observatory is a good one. That just gave us +1 gems. The Diamondus Minor. Okay. Ooh, this is new. What the hell's a rumpus room? I don't know what that is. It gives us +8 gold though, and that is a new room. This is... It's just like a random... Whoa, that's a lot of money. It's like a random activities room. We got checkers, we got backgammon, a talking fish, a TV, a hat on a lamp. Whoa. Alzara, that's spooky as hell, but we're definitely inserting a coin. This had better not be a jump scare. Oh, I'm so scared.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something he was told he would not find.
Kitty!
I see a black cat tied to a red flag.
What?
I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon. A door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. A lost room beyond the dark waters.
What the fuck?
What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Huh. Very spooky. I literally have no idea what we even just saw. A door with a moon? A cat with a flag? That was a lot to take in. At least it wasn't a jump scare. I was so scared Alzara was gonna come to life and just scare the living daylights out of me. I mean, I guess he did kind of come to life, but he didn't scare me, so we'll take it. I guess we'll keep an eye out for doors with moons and cats with flags. That was weird. Very weird. Okay, they're giving us the opportunity for 2 new rooms here, but yet again we have to make a decision. These 2 rooms will end our run. But I like the new rooms. Because new rooms give us new information, like that. Whatever the hell that just was. And I mean, we're gonna get pretty close to the end here now anyway. I think I'm just gonna go sauna. It'll be the end of the run, but hopefully we'll get some good information. The metal detector. It's got money. Unfortunately, though, I was a little bamboozled because there is no information to be found in the sauna. The sauna is simply that, a sauna. On the bright side, it will give us plus 20 extra steps tomorrow, so we won't have to worry about steps. But on the negative side, we can now go no further. Yeah, we're gonna have to call it a day, unfortunately. It's the rough part about a roguelike, right? Like, you feel like you're progressing so much, and then it's like, yeah, no, you gotta start over, and it's like, ah, frustrating, but like, that's the beauty of it, right? It's just... You could have bought the shovel and dig things up. Yeah, that's true, but the only things you dig up are, like, more currency, which really wouldn't have mattered here, because I had no more tiles to build new rooms, so we absolutely could have done that, but you can't take currency with you on the next day, so didn't really matter. It was a good run, though. We found 5 new rooms, which is fantastic. Again, the more new rooms we find, the more pieces of the puzzle I feel like I'm unlocking, and hopefully we can put all those pieces in place at some point and solve some of these mysteries, but for now we start day 11. Speaking of new rooms, I want to see how many rooms we've actually opened at this point. We get 20 extra steps from the beautiful sauna, and as you can see, the foundation is permanently there now, which is kind of cool. In terms of rooms, so we're missing... There's 46 rooms. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then obviously the last one. So there's been 13 rooms that we have not seen yet. So I want to prioritize finding new rooms. But all right, let's start her over right from the very beginning. Let's go Den to get an early game gem. Then let's go Observatory. We've got 5 stars now, because every time you draft an observatory, you get more stars. So 5 stars gives us the Southern Cross constellation, which means rooms with 4 doors are more common today. That's good, because rooms with 4 doors are helpful in terms of drafting and not getting stuck. Okay, let's go corridor. Let's go... Oh, let's go library and we can pick up our book that we ordered. Here it is. No one's borrowed this since 1987. Wow. The EPCW Pump System User Manual Pool Series. So there's a pump room that you can unlock, and I've unlocked it before and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So hopefully this will help us figure out what to do in there. The EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor in-ground swimming pool and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks and aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or a good old-fashioned swimming pool. So those are the water level indicators, the selection buttons, and the source labels. Whether you're using a single tank system or an array of pumps, this water control panel serves as a central hub to your EPCW system. The panel is fitted with a number of buttons equal to your own home's needs. 1 button for each different water source on the estate. The function is simple. Press a button to select the water source you would like to adjust. For example, if you wish to drain or fill your pool, simply press the button labeled Pool. Regardless of the number of pumps or water sources being used, water can only be adjusted from a source if its corresponding button is selected. I feel like I should take pictures of this because as it is a library book, we don't get to keep it. This information is something we need to keep in handy, I think. After you've selected a source using the water control panel, the next step is to set the pump associated with that source to pump either in or out. This will initiate water flow to or from one of your supply tanks. Okay. A pump may be connected to more than one tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water. In these cases, the tank a pump is using can be changed by a simple flip of a switch. Yeah, I need to take pictures of all this. Quick start guide. 1. Use water control panel to select water source. 2. Use pump lever to set water flow direct. I'm just going to take a picture of every single page. Okay. Okay. So that's all we need to do. And we figured out where we need to pump water. We need to pump water to the laboratory. It's the only way to power the machine in there. So that's what we need to prioritize now. Drafting a pump room and drafting a laboratory on the same run. We've also never been in the boiler room before. Now this one really sucks. It's gonna make us, we can't choose this, we don't have any gems. So we have to choose a weight room, which makes us lose half of our total steps. Or the archives, which means while drafting, you'll no longer be able to see all 3 of our potential floor plans. As much as it sucks, at least in this run, we do have steps to spare, thanks to our soak in the sauna. So I'm gonna go weight room. It's gonna suck. But I think that was the lesser of many evils. Now, we've never had the Great Hall before, have we? I think that one might be new. Let's try the Great Hall. So there's 7 locked doors in here. We don't have any keys. So we'll have to come back here later, but at least we have it. Hallway, parlor, closet. I'm gonna go closet to get some items. Let's see. Ooh, we got our handy dandy metal detector. You know I love the metal detector whenever we can find it. I also got a key. And believe it or not, I'm now gonna go all the way back to the beginning. And go the other way. Just so we don't get too ahead of ourselves. So this way we can go pantry, which is going to be a dead end, but we will get a banana and some monies. And then we can go this way to get a storeroom, which will give us a bunch of keys so we can open some of those doors. And this is why I went backwards to go forwards, if you will. Alright. We're gonna have to be a little bit cognizant of our steps, because we are running low. But we should be alright for right now. Through the library, through the dumb weight room, up here, and now let's open some of these doors. Ooh. What did the metal detector find? I don't see anything. Must be behind some of these doors, maybe. A banana for scale. Ah, look at this! An upgrade disc. That's awesome. We need to find a terminal now to insert that into. Go parlor. Where we've got our logic puzzle awaiting us. The other 2 boxes are true. The other 2 boxes are blue, so that's false, which means this is also false, which means this one is true. The other 2 boxes are empty. Boom. Give me those gems. Now, let's go spare room. Ah. See, the metal detector comes in handy because it's so easy to miss like a little coin there like that. cloister. I've never drafted this one. This is a 3-gem requirement. I don't even know what this is, but let's give it a shot. Whoa. You guys saw that, right? Oh, it's because we're up against the foundation, so that door automatically opens. I was gonna say, that's spooky as hell. But okay, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we've got a lot of options here. The cloister wasn't anything special, honestly. It just gave us like a lot of options, which isn't bad, but kitchen, security, hallway. East Wing Hall? I think this might be new. I don't know that we've ever been in the East Wing Hall. I don't see anything of note, though. I don't know that I've ever drafted the lavatory either. Maybe we have. There's nothing in here. Lame. Running out of steps. And as per usual, as soon as we step into the dark room, the power goes out. Which means we can't see what we're drafting. I've only got 4 steps left. Oh no. Oh no. We've seen that before, yeah. I think we're gonna lose because I'm out of steps. Dang, there's so much to consider. Like, you don't want to block yourself into a hallway, but then you also get stuck. Like, I cannot leave this bedroom now because every time I do, I'll run out of steps. I get +2 as I step in, but then I step out and I lose it, so I'm in an endless time loop. This game's hard. This game is hard. There's so much to consider to make your way through this damn villa. But hey, we're taking it slow and steady, right? As long as we're learning something new from every run, I'll take it. And here we got 2 new rooms. Now, neither room was really helpful to us in terms of new information, but at least now we know that. And the rooms have been unlocked. We can move on to the next one. And the good thing about that run was we also had the pump manual, which I think is going to come in handy if we can ever get the pump room again. Your brain hurts. I know. Mine kind of does too. This is an exercise for your brain, that's for sure. All right, let's go this way this time. Let's go den. Grab a gem. Then let's go early closet to get some items. A dice and a gem. Here we can go pantry. Get some monies. Ooh, and an orange. Hell yeah. And then we'll go storeroom. My brain hasn't exercised in a really long time. This is your weekly, like, exercise class. Your weekly workout is going to be Monday nights with me playing Blueprints. It's going to be a group fitness class for our brains. I'm gonna redraw. I don't like any of those. Bedroom. passageway. Guest bedroom. Nah, this is a brain break. I'm gonna just listen to the music and watch you make decisions while narrating. I guess it's a good way to think about it, right? Now, this is the first time we've ever picked up a navigational compass. Apparently, this allows us to draw floor plans leading north more frequently, which is good. North is our ultimate objective, so... sounds pretty good to me, honestly. I'm all for heading north. Laboratory. That's what we want. We want the laboratory. So we've already solved sort of the puzzle in the laboratory, which had to do with those periodic tables. What we need to do now is get power to this machine. The machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room, so that's where the boiler room comes into play. While we're here, we can also set up a new experiment. Immediately, a letter will be delivered to the mailroom. Oh, shit. Okay, so we definitely want the mailroom. Our experiment was successful and a letter has been delivered to the mailroom. Okay, so we need to draft the mailroom and we need to draft the pump room in this run, if we can. The thing about it is, obviously, a lot of this game is RNG as well, right? Like, you don't know what blueprints you're gonna get, so... that can be another sort of, like, frustrating part, is... sometimes you know exactly what you need to do, but you're just not getting the rooms that you need to do it. Let's do another parlor, another logic game. The gems are in the white box. Statements with the word white are always true. The statement on the white box is true. So if this one is right, if this one is true, then this one is true, which means this one is false. But then where are the gems? No, that's not right. The statement, if the statement on the white box is true, then that means this one is true and this one is true, which means they're all true. Yeah, so that doesn't work. So this one has to be false. Which means that one is false. This one's tricky. So if this is false... if that is false, that means that is false. I mean, I guess the word always is key there. Gems are in the white box. Statements with the word white are always true. Yeah, so if this one is true, then that means both of these are true, which it can't be. They can't all be true. So this one has to be false. So if this one is false, then this one is also false, which means that this one is true. The gems are in the white box. Yeah, I think. I think. This was a tricky one. Yes, whew. That was that, yep. That was a mind bender. I was trying to think of the right word there. Mind bender, that's the word. There it is. Okay. Through the kitchen. Through the spare room. Through the library. I was thinking more mind fucked or mind blown. Both of those would have worked as descriptors as well, Ash. And while we're in here, we can select a new book. So we've read the Pump System User Manual. We've read Drafting Strategy. Let's try Sightseer's Guide to Reddington next. We keep hearing about this town called Reddington. That's actually come up a lot. So maybe learning more about Reddington would be helpful for us. We'll give that a try. Next up is... I don't think we've ever done a drafting studio. That looks new. Select a new floor plan to permanently add to your estate's draft pool. Yes, I want to go there. And then what do we have in here? New information. Ooh. Okay, this is what I like to see. I feel like it's been a minute since we got new information. So, November 7th is day 1. Saturday. Should write that down. Saturday, November 7th equals day 1. I feel like that picture doesn't accurately represent November either. Do the number of apples have anything to do with this? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I feel like that has to mean something, you think? Number of apples. Do you think you... Maybe is that the safe code? Do you think? 3442? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's 15 up there. 3442 sounds like a good safe code, you know? Okay, we've got it written down. The Great Hall partitioning plan for Wednesday, November 18th. Oh, we've already read this, right? Yeah. No, this is a different one. Oh, okay, so we had a drafting strategy, but this is volume 1. Okay. This is going to give us information about certain rooms. The drafting spectrum. Blueprints are more than just blue. It should come as no surprise that the first color that comes to mind when speaking about blueprints is blue. And while it is true most architectural plans and designs are found on blue paper, it is not the only color on which floor plans are drafted. In fact, originally they were not blue at all. Hundreds of years ago, the chemicals used to create floor plans caused coated paper to turn black when exposed to light. This raven hue, perhaps more fitting to the reign of Horus, was decidedly more difficult to affix an architect's revision edits to, and so blue was proposed as an ideal replacement, as it had no political ties to any other realms. By the 4th era, all floor plans were being printed on blue paper. Over the years, the fear of political connotation deferred to innovation, and the use of colored prints eventually became popular with engineers and architects, who used hues as a way to differentiate various types of buildings and rooms. Violet prints, for example, are only used when creating plans for a bedroom, while an orange floor plan will immediately inform a contractor that the print contains designs for a hallway. In this issue of Drafting Strategy, we will explore the different features of each type of floor plan and look at the underlying connections that tie each room to its color. Most Violet Dreams, Architectural Digest's Guide to Bedrooms. Architects may wish to utilize bedroom strategies if they're the type who love to explore and backtrack frequently. Having an excess of steps usually affords bedroom enthusiasts the mobility to be more carefree with their plans for the day. So purple plans are usually associated with bedrooms, which the associated resource is steps. They have good synergies with the sleeping mask, the nursery, and servants' quarters. So purple is steps. Green. The more green rooms you draft in your house, the more powerful their effects will be later. Okay. Green rooms are associated with gems, and it seems like you often just want to if you're going to do a green room, you have to be prepared to do other green rooms. Orange. The more hallways you have, the less likely you are to draft yourself into a dead end. Hallway strategies are ideal for the architect who prefers more rooms and flexible options for expansion over pure resources. Hallways are normally associated with keys. Gold trim is usually shopping. Associated resource is coins. They'll never give you extra items for free. And then red rooms. Associated resource, vexation? What? Architects who are willing to take the plunge and draft a red room are often rewarded with a unique and striking space that leaves a lasting impression on those who enter. Just like in life, taking risks can be intimidating, but those who dare to venture outside their comfort zone can reap the greatest rewards. Interesting. So they're literally telling us that the red rooms don't really give you anything, and it basically will hurt you, but at the same time, you should still draft them because they can provide potential rewards. And there's also prismatic rooms. You may on rare occasion notice some floor plans that have more than one color in their design. The aquarium is a very useful multicolored floor plan as it supports all of the color-based strategies listed in this volume. So it counts as, okay, yeah, as a synergy for other colored rooms. Interesting. Okay, good to know. We gotta take a closer look at the colors of the rooms that we're drafting. Now, I saw Malice say that the calendar looked off. How so? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days in the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 30 days in November. Not sure if I'm missing something. Apparently Saturday, November 7th is day 1, though. Which I wonder if it has something to do with this. The Great Hall partitioning plan for Wednesday, November 18th. Let's write that down. That's today, right? Oh, right. If November 7th was day 1, and today, well, today's day 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's today. Okay. Yeah, so what they're saying is this image right here is how the Great Hall is partitioned today, I think. So if you want to know how to get through, you look at this little diagram. That's the room with all the locked doors, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. If we draft a Great Hall, we need to come back here and look at that. Blueprints there. Blueprints. Potential new floor plans. In the drafting studio, you'll be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Permanent changes do not reset each day. So we can get 3 new ones. These are rooms we've never been in before. A casino, which has games of chance. A dormitory. Each time you enter a dormitory after drafting a drafting room, gain 10 steps. Or the kennel. Oh, this is easy choice. Easy choice, right? The kennel? Home to several of Sinclair's hunting companions. It can be assumed these friendly hounds have been anxious to meet their new master. Each time you dig in a room, you'll unlock all the doors in that room. And we get doggos. Oh yeah, that's the one. You've successfully added the kennel permanently to our drafting plan. And I have no regrets about that choice. Alright, I guess we'll get to meet some doggies at some point. I guess we'll go grab the key card, I guess. Since I had that coat checked. See if we find any locked doors around here. I'm sure we will. Speaking of locked doors... Hey, the kennel! Doggos? Doggos! I love how they all look the exact same, but they're absolutely adorable! Having a snack! Wanting to play! Oh, see, I knew I made the right choice, guys. I knew I made the right choice. Who's been taking care of you? Oh, look how cute he is! You can pet him. 10 out of 10, game of the year. You can pet the doggo in Blueprints, if you were wondering. Oh, look at these cuties! 3 color dogs, orange, white, and black. They're all like twins. I love them. There's leashes here. Cat. The fuck? That's weird, and I feel like maybe relevant. 10 out of 10 game, you get to pet the puppy! I know! Okay, I took a picture of the cat. Ruff, 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 ruff. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you. I love you all equally, my sweet, sweet puppos. Wow, that was awesome. We need a shovel now so we can dig stuff. We want to go in the pool, because if you get a pool, it adds locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool, and we want the pump room. But I don't have any gems! Ugh. Spends all steps going back and forth telling pups how good they are. Honestly, if I have to lose today's run, that would be a good way to go out, you know? I would have no regrets going out in that fashion. Love how you can hear them barking. Good puppos. We need gems bad. We need gems so bad. I'm not even going in the gymnasium yet. I'm gonna draft it and just go back the other way. Because if we go in the gymnasium, we lose half our steps. Which I don't want to do. Unless we have to. But we can go up through the hallway instead. And see where that takes us. Archives. Dark room. Lavatory. Let's go dark room. That's those red rooms for you. Now, the best part is, though, is every single time we've went in the dark room, as soon as you walk in there, the breaker trips and the lights turn off. But this time around, we've got a utility closet. If I go back to the closet, flick the switch, we should be able to turn the lights on in the dark room. And then, hopefully, we can actually look around in there. Because there has to be stuff in there. I've never been able to look around because it's pitch black. But this time around, unless the breakers are going to trip again as soon as we walk in there, I think we can turn the power on. Yes, and now we can look at what we have. Spooky picture of the maids. Okay. Spooky but clearer picture of the maids. Why is it all this one picture? Okay. Picture of woman at desk. Ooh, gem. Picture of tree with something. Ooh. Print notes. HS has requested yet another print of her ladyship. I assume for one of her rooms in the West Wing, as well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on what? Must be whatever that is in that little heart. I can't see what that says. This is the time I wish I had a magnifying glass. Syncaco. Syncaco. The maids. Oh! A note, but I can't read what that says. Oh, I wish I had a magnifying glass in here. I feel like there's so many little things in these pictures that I can't see. Damn it. I don't really see anything else of note. Wanted an enlarged picture of her, that's fine. As well as an enlarged print of the enclosed photograph. He said the last development was too dark. Yeah. I misread this. Too dark, so keep an eye on that. Yeah, unless we have a magnifying glass or something, which is an item you can find in the game, I don't think we can read what's on that. That is hard. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna find for now. Syncaco has to be important. I have that written down too. We've seen a lot of Syncaco stuff. Boiler room or security. I don't know that we've ever been in the boiler room. I think we gotta go boiler room. It's a power source. But it doesn't look like it's active. What is this? Okay, that's in the green. Oh my god. Okay, I guess we need to direct the power somewhere. Where do we want the power to go? Maybe to this... that green? Okay, so that lit up. Oh, that made a bridge come across. Ah, but there's a gate. Okay. Yeah, so we clearly need to get up to, like, the second floor of this. There's a couple of different levers we can activate. So it has to go there. And then it's gonna have to go from this one. Oh! What did that do? Made this move. If we can make it stop, maybe then I can... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now this one has power. Do we want to send it up there? I don't know. Do we? I'm still not quite sure where I'm trying to send the power. Let's see. If we do this... What did that do? It looks like we can send power up into this, like, main machine, but I don't think that should be my priority for right now. I think what the priority should be is this way. And then this way. Okay, yeah, there we go. Aha, and then we can activate this. Oh, this is cool. And then from here... we can send the power into this room. Which opens up into a lovely terrace. I think there's still more to figure out down here. That opens the door. Then, yeah, I feel like we need to get all the power sent up to this now. So that's one. I guess the issue is going to be if we reroute the power. I don't know how I'm going to get back up there, but one step at a time. So that's one. That's two. And that's three. Oh, now that I unlocked the door, I can just walk around, can't I? So now, this should have full power. Activate. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. It's working? She can reroute the power? Interesting. I don't know what this does. Something definitely happened. I don't know where the power's being routed. A utility room serving as a central hub for controlling the heating and steam power supplied to various rooms of the estate. Steam power is conveyed in the estate through steam ducts that run through select rooms. These floor plans must be drafted in an alignment that will facilitate the steam traveling through the house to reach its intended destination. Oh, okay. So we would need to find a room that uses steam power and then draft it in a particular spot and route the steam power to it. Oh, wow. That's actually quite complicated. That's not something you can just, like, stumble upon. You know what I mean? Like, huh. Well, we figured out what to do, which I'll take as a win. But clearly the boiler room on its own doesn't really do anything. It needs to have something to direct its power to. The thing is, oh, and you can see here, these will all be powered with steam power because it has this blue thing, I think. It said, the lab said it needed something from the pump room, but I guess we could try it. Guess we could try it. Just get a furnace. Oh! Whoa! That's so cool. So if the furnace has steam power, it gives you a key. Okay, that's cool. So the steam power actually did go in there. Let's see where, if anywhere else. That does look like a duct, doesn't it? But it says, this machine requires additional power piped in from the boiler room. So it seems very specific that it needs to be the boiler room. Because there is a duct, but... Interesting. That is so interesting. Yeah, so not all rooms have ducts. But the furnace did. You can see. So we sent power out that door and it did something. I assume the terrace doesn't have anything. Can't even get back out there now because I closed the door. That is so cool. No, you can't really see the ducts on the tiles themselves. It's hard. Well, that's a new room. Okay. So clearly, the position of the rooms you draft is super important. Because only the right combinations will give you what you need. Now, unfortunately, because I've been running around, you know, trying to see how this all works, I have burned all my steps, so we're gonna be game over here. But again, I don't think it was a failed run because we learned a lot. It's a complex game. There's so many things you're juggling. Like, I feel like I have so many balls in the air, you know, just trying to juggle everything. And every run, we're just learning little bits of information that's hopefully going to, at some point, all come together. But on that run, we found 3 new rooms. So at this point, we found, like, almost all of the rooms. Alright, let's do... Should we do one more day or should we call it a night? It is getting late. Let's do one more day. One more day. I've spoken like a true gamer, right? Whether you're playing Blueprints, whether you're playing Civilization, whether you're playing Stardew Valley. It's the same old adage. One more day. At least we're moving through a little bit faster now because I've kind of figured out some things. So it does make our days go by a little bit faster. Quick little logic puzzle. Gems are in both the black box and the white box. That can't be true. That's false. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. That can't be true. That's false. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box. That's got to be true, which means the gems are in here. Beautiful. Nice and easy. All right, then we'll go nursery. To plan ahead for all the steps we're going to take. So we can build lots of bedrooms now and get sort of the extra synergy from the nursery. Next up, we'll go storeroom, I think, for the early game resources. Keys and gems and coins galore. And then we can go back through the bedroom. Through the entrance hall. This way. Security. Ooh, someone left an orange at the coffee station. Hell yeah. And then we're going to keycard system. Set the security level to low. Change offline mode to unlocked, and that's good. Ooh, laundry room is new. It allows you to launder currency. Color me intrigued. What do we have here? Bleach. A coin purse. How do I launder currency? Why would I want to launder currency? Laundry surface. Oh! You can exchange things. Interesting. Interesting. That's actually pretty cool. So you pay money and you can swap around your currencies. Now, we don't have enough money for any of this, but that is good to know. So if you have a lot of one thing, you can actually switch it into another thing. That's cool. I like that. And again, a new room. Very expensive, but pretty cool. Good to know that it exists. Okay, we've got the drawing room. Gonna be a dead end here no matter what we do. Let's redraw floor plans. Patio, nook, chapel. It's gonna have to be chapel, even though it's my least favorite room, because it steals my money. Ooh, gave us a gem though, so makes me feel a little better. Library, we'll get that book we ordered. Okay, what do we have? Let's learn about Reddington. The third largest city in Fen Ares and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery, and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and a charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. The botanical gardens, okay. I feel like that's important. Elex X Messervey, a specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. I'm gonna write that down. Elex X Messervey. A specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountains. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson. Just write that down. Featherfall Keep. Nothing's really catching my eye about that, but... Trinsdale Lake. Hundred Bells Tea Room. Write that down. Never know when any of this random info is going to come in handy, you know? Malice is taking notes with me. We've got Mount Holly, which stands at a very specific number of feet tall. 11220 feet tall. Have I seen that number before? No. If I have, I didn't write it down. Oh, the Estate of Mount Holly. That's, our place. Mainway Station Bazaar. It's located underground. Ooh, a little map. Is that your monthly student loan payment? Yes, that's where I remember that number from. Okay, I'll take a picture of that map. I have a feeling that might come in handy. Nothing really, like, jumped out at me, though, as being like, oh, damn, that's important information. But I'm sure at some point something really niche is gonna pop up, and hopefully then we'll have the information for it. Let's go observatory. See what we get from looking through the telescope. We get Diamondus Minor along with the twins. A pair of chests has been added to the entrance hall. Well, damn, guess we're going back to the entrance hall. Well, actually, let's not spend... Well, we can spend one of our keys. I was gonna say, let's not spend all of our keys right now, because I don't want to get stuck. But we can spend one of our keys. We're gonna lose out all our money going through this frickin' chapel, but... it's fine. We can open you. Ooh. We got dice, we got money. Nice. Love that. Alright. We can go back and get the other one later when we've got an additional key to spare. Now, we do have a lot of dice, which means we can re-roll some of these plans if we don't like them. Ooh, I definitely want the pool. It adds the locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. And pump room is the thing that we really want. Well, we need pump room and laboratory, but... let's go Nooks so we can get a key. Oh, yay, a magnifying glass! Hopefully, if we can find some of those things with teeny tiny text now, we'll actually be able to read them. Laboratory! Oh, we need it! Oh, I need it, but I don't have any gems! Fuck! Excuse my language. We need gems. We need gems. Okay. I know how to get gems, though. We're gonna get money. And then we're gonna go to the laundry room. And I'm gonna turn one of my currencies into gems. Yeah, I need gems bad. Okay. We've got 2 keys now, so it might be worth going back to the main hall as well and opening the other box, because there might be gems in there. Your ears! I'm so sorry. Your sweet, precious ears have heard a curse. Have heard a swear. Give me gems, come on! Yes! 3 gems! Let's go! That's exactly what I wanted. In that case, I might not use the laundry room then. I think I'll hold off, because I kind of like what we've got going here. 1 key, 3 gems, 7 coins. That's pretty good. Okay, so through the pool. Really need that laboratory now. Or, well, we need the pump room and the laboratory. Getting 2 steps ahead of myself. The kennel? Yeah, we'll do the kennel. To see my lovely doggos. Hello, hello, hello. I love you, I love you. Oh! Do we only have 3 doggos today? I love you. Oh! We're down a doggo! I love you all, but I'm sad there's less of you. Okay, we've got to go courtyard or we will get stuck. Got a locked room here. A locked trunk there. Is everything locked? Oh no! Okay, no, we're okay, because you know what we're gonna do? We go to the laundry room now and get keys. Remember which way to go. This way. I'm running out of steps though too. Ugh! It's always something, man. If it's not keys, it's steps. If it's not steps, it's gems. It's like always something. Alright. Laundry room. Are we gonna have enough? Now the wash and dry. Spin cycle. So the only option is we have to give up all of our gems for our keys, which is not what I want to do, but it's the only way we can proceed. So now we're down to 0 gems again. And we do not have many steps. Am I even going to make it up there? I don't know that I will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got 9 steps. We will just make it. But if the room we draft doesn't give us steps, we're a goner. So hard. You need steps, but you need gems, but you need coins, but you need keys. Now, luckily, I do have 2 rerolls, so we just reroll until something gives us steps. Yes. That works, right? Yeah. Oh, but wait, now we're stuck, though. I got my steps, but I don't think we can go anywhere else. Ah! Because we need the key card. Which we don't have. Ah, damn it. There was no winning there. If I didn't get the steps, it was game over. And if I drafted something else... Well, our only option is to open this trunk. But then I think we're stuck. And so ends day... whatever day we're on. Day 13. Because I can't go any further. Well, it is getting late, so if anything, this was probably, warranted. Alright, let's call it a day. And that will be it for Blueprints tonight. We learned a lot of stuff. We figured out a ton of puzzles. I've added a bunch more notes to our Blueprints notebook. We found a bunch more rooms, and we've doubled our day count. When we started today, it was day 7. We finished today, it's day 13, so we'll be starting day 14 next time. So it seems like we're clipping along at a good pace. The issue at this point is that, like, we've solved a lot of puzzles, but it's also clear that to solve some of the puzzles, it requires you to have a certain amount of rooms at the same time, which certainly has an RNG element to it, which can get frustrating. But we're not getting frustrated because we're keeping it moving along and we're continuing to find new information. So we'll call it a day there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed another stream of Blueprints. Going forward, this is going to continue to be our Monday game. We started Blueprints last Monday, continued it today, and we'll be back again next Monday with some more Blueprints. So if you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, hopefully I will see you guys next Monday for some more Blueprints. You won't have to wait until next Monday for our next stream. However, our next stream is coming up on Thursday. It's going to be a special one. We don't normally stream on Thursdays, but this Thursday is my birthday. That's right. I'm taking the day off work and we're going to stream and have a little birthday party here on the stream. We're going to be playing a game that's been on my radar for quite some time. It's called Planet of Lana. It's a really beautiful little indie game that, from my understanding, can be beaten in 3 or 4 hours. So it's a good sort of game to play in one session. Hi, Muffin. You here to say bye? Yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing here on Thursday. If you guys are around and want to drop in, I would love to see you guys. We're going to hang out for my birthday, play some Planet of Lana, and it'll be a fun time. So before we go, Muffin, is there anything you want to say to everybody? Well, that was a dramatic squeak. Hi, everybody. I'm just here to say thank you all so much for watching my mom's stream. And hopefully she'll see you guys on Thursday for her birthday stream. Otherwise, we'll be back next Monday with more Blueprints. You look so grumpy. Alright, everybody, that's it for me. Thank you again so much for hanging out tonight. I really enjoyed myself. Blueprints is absolutely living up to expectations so far. I'm loving this game. This is just fantastic. People were saying, oh, Blueprints might be Game of the Year, and I was like, really? Game of the Year? But yeah, it might be Game of the Year. Alright guys, that is it for me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see you guys again real soon.